in terms of priorities,
Yes.
where should investments go as a priority?
Okay, that's a very good question. Number one, right now we have 3 global tax policy agenda. We have the global minimum tax with OECD, we have the global carbon tax with IMF, and we have the global wealth tax with World Bank. So we are working with these international organizations. The global minimum tax is still pending for legislation, but we have signed the agreement already, which means we'll be able to collect from top big multinational companies, including Facebook and the tech giants. That's a revenue for the Philippines.
So ito ba implemented na rin yun? Or we signed already, the Philippines is part of
We
that?
signed, we were part of the 142 signatories, except US, they just withdrew.
Okay.
But among the ASEAN countries, tayo na lang hindi nag-implement. Vietnam implemented it first in 2024.
So ito yung global minimum tax. So pag sinabi mong global minimum tax, ano yun?
To collect
Magkano yun?
15% minimum tax from multinational corporations who are hiding their income in tax haven or in low tax jurisdiction.
You mentioned about large enterprise. So sila lang, yung mga multinationals
Only
lang.
those with 750 billion euros
Okay.
in annual global
Sa
revenue.
peso, magkano yun?
43 billion pesos.
43 billion.
So if you're below 43 billion, you're not affected by the global minimum
Okay.
tax.
So hindi naman pahirap yan sa
No.
sa mga MSMEs ulit.
This is now the time that we relieve MSMEs from the tax collection target and focus on the big MNCs.
Bas dapat doon maghabol na si BIR.
Correct,
Tama
correct,
ba?
correct.
Oo, doon na kayo
This is
sa...
good news for BIR. Once it's enacted, which will be enacted this year, it's a matter of time. Mag-e-election lang eh. Kung hindi mag-e-election, we were
I
able
see.
to pass it.
How
Because
much are we expected to collect from that?
The target of OECD is $220 billion global. At least 1% of that, Cesar, that will be a lot for us. $2 billion, why not? Additional income.
Pero kung 15% yung global minimum tax, magkano binabayad nila ngayon?
Some of them are paying zero because they are in tax
Wow.
haven.
Sige, patupad na po yan. Okay.
Diba? That's a good thing.
Wow.
Now, going back to your question, anong industries, paano sila matutulungan? That's why we are proposing the global carbon tax. So that, well, wag naman magalit ng mga oil companies, but those with high carbon emission will now be collected tax. And the tax that will be collected will be the funds to be used to help all these industries.
So pag mas mataas yung carbon footprint mo, sana mas mataas ang tax.
Correct.
Ganun ba yun?
Exactly. At kung wala kang carbon footprint or mas bumababa or nagta-transition ka, the government will
May
funding
incentive
you or
ka.
incentivize you. That's the goal. And we need to work with our legislators, to our policymakers. To
Pero
make sure
compared to the one with the global minimum tax with this, which is the OECD, itong IMF, what stage is this now?
the problem with the global carbon tax, there is still no agreement. It's just a
so
proposal.
mahaba pa yan.
Yes. Unlike the OECD, it was already signed 2018 pa lang. They're already working on it.
O yan ang dapat ma-push mo rin, Mon. Kasi,
Ako talaga.
hindi, kasi total, nagka-climate change ka eh.
No, kasi tama yung point mo eh. Who will be prioritized and where will the money come from? Ang problem natin kasi, when we signed the Paris Agreement in 2015, we relied on foreign fundings. Ask me now, how's our carbon emission footprint? Meaning in
I'm
terms
sure higher.
higher.
Oo.
Considering na we signed the agreement to reduce it to 70% by 2030. 5 years na lang, instead na bumaba, tumaas pa. So the point is, sabi ni NEDA Secretary, kasi wala pa yung pondo eh. That's the problem. We relied on foreign fundings. Dapat we raise our own funds and we use the fund not for anything else, but to support the industries. Kasi nga may tinatawag tayong just transition or climate justice. You do not kill a business just because you want to save the planet. You need to help businesses survive in the transition.
And innovate.
Correct.
Innovate.
Especially the individuals. Hindi pwedeng, ang ano ko kasi, ang background ko, para lang sa coal mining, patatanggalin nyo itong industriya na to, magiging unemployed ako. No, dapat matrain sila at malagay sila sa bagong kumpanya where they will be productive and profitable. So that's part of the just transition. And this is something that I've learned in Oxford. Serious talaga yung mga research and studies. Sabi ko nga, ang difference ni Harvard at ni Oxford, sa Oxford, napapasok ako sa library kasi 24/7 yung library. Talagang bugbugan talaga. And this is not just about throwing ideas. you need to have statistics, you need to have researches and everything.
Applications, use cases.
Sa Harvard kasi, a lot of things ongoing. May mga events, etc. Para ka nagpipitch
Parang socialization,
para ka
no?
nagpipitch
Parang
ng business ideas mo every now and then. But you learn a lot of skills and connection. Sa Oxford,
Networking.
para kang nilagay sa laboratory at talagang paglabas mo, dapat meron ka ng bagong product. Parang ganun yung nangyari. So, after my
interesting.
program in Oxford, I came up with this book, Reimagining the World Without Climate Change.
Mga Kanet 25, this is Cesar Vallejos of Open for Business. For more updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook pages.